My God, Jay Majors in the building,
Yeah.
better known as the Godfather of Barbering.
Yeah.
Appreciate
That's a
that.
heavy title.
I know,
You
man.
take that title? You accept that?
I mean, I feel weird because there is a lot of my predecessors, but I believe that a lot of the business moves I made for the barbering industry was able to better the barbering industry as a whole. Not like I'm calling shots like Don Corleone, but I believe like I embraced it because like with my story with barbering saving my life, I felt like the opportunities that I was given, I want to give to others, you know. So maybe that's why they call me Godfather. A lot of the young bucks, the young barbers getting in come to me for advice, and I try to be there for them. A little too accessible sometimes, but
yeah, no, it's gonna be a dope conversation, and it's important conversation because barbering is something that is huge and
Essential.
in every community. It's essential. Yeah, during COVID, they deemed as essential workers. So you have a story not just of like being a barber, but building a real business behind it, right? You have the largest barbering event in the world.
mm-hmm.
You have a business model of suites that we're going to talk about. You're a consultant. So I guess that's why that title comes into play, not just from barbering skills, but like how you've been able to grow and scale massively from the barbering industry. Most people kind of haven't got past the barbering phase.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about it. First and foremost, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
No, I appreciate it. I'm honored to be here. I've been watching you guys, especially from COVID when we were all glued to our phones. Just watching your growth and what you've been, you know, I believe that people like us are blessed by what we give, the opportunities we give, and the platform that you've given so many people is what made EYL what it is today. So I'm honored to be here, man.
Have you watched the development of my beard?
Yeah, no, you guys are always on point. I'm not gonna lie.
I appreciate that,
Yeah,
man. I appreciate that.
You know?
So, all right, you have an interesting story how you even got into barbering.
Yeah.
You said barbering saved your life. You want to tell that story?
I mean, in and out of institutions and troubles with the law since 14. Did my real like incarceration away from home, a year sentence at the age of 17. So I spent like my 18th birthday incarcerated. And I came from the family, like my family didn't have much, so they couldn't send me money when I was locked up. So like you do the crime, you do the time. So I made pretend I was a barber because I was already like doing my own edge ups and stuff because we didn't have money for haircuts like that. I didn't go all the time. And I should have went back to jail for the haircuts I was given. Bro, I was
misdemeanor.
Hairlines back. I mean,
that's dangerous. You ain't getting no trouble from
yeah. I mean, I almost had to fight a couple of times. You know, it was never that bad, but you know, definitely like mediocre beginner haircuts. But I started getting better because you have nothing but time in there. And I had an epiphany on my last incarceration because I was like a repeat offender. And I remember CEOs being like, you know, and that big, like, you'll be back. And I was like, why am I dedicating so much time to being in the streets when I could take this barbering thing really serious? Because I had a lot of commissary in there. I was like the man.
You got good after.
I got really good.
How long it take you to get good? Taught yourself.
I personally believe like I still needed more practice with scissors because we weren't allowed to use them in there. But I would say like 2.5 years into my sentence, I was cutting hair from the second I woke up to the second I went to bed.
Every day.
All day. And it made my time go by faster, but it was really an eye-opener. Like I could really do this when I go home.
Yeah. What type of equipment they allow you using there?
I was using a beard trimmer with a MacGyvered battery pack so we could plug it into the wall because they were battery operated. And then, you know, there's ways like you break a razor open for the edge ups and, you know, use coffee for beard dye. I mean, we done did it.
Oh, you have beard dye in there?
Damn.
Coffee. For temporary, they're going to a visit. We would use instant coffee for beard dye. Yeah.
So you taught yourself?
Pretty much, yeah, self-taught. There was no YouTube and stuff back then.
There wasn't like an OG barber in the jail that kind of...
There was a couple, you know, but like basically it was a hustler, right? Like I've always been a hustler my whole life. I used to sell mixtapes, not mix CDs, mixtapes, like Diggable Planets, Daz Effects, like that far back.
So
DJ
we from the same era.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I felt like I was always a hustler, but you know, when I chose to sell drugs, I would always get incarcerated. Something always would happen. And I was like, I'm going to treat this barbering just like I treated the streets. And I'm going to go full throttle with it. And I never looked back.
So after you get released, how do you now turn this? You've obviously learned a skill.
Yeah.
how do you turn this into a business? Are you like renting a chair?
Yeah.
You going to somebody's shop?
So ironically enough, I grew up in the Hartford area of Connecticut, and I went about 45 minutes up the highway to New Haven County. And I thought I got a job like in a really nice upscale shop, but I was like right in the hood, just like the hood that I left in Hartford. So I was like, damn, like no matter where you go, there you are though. Like I felt as if a lot of my friends that I grew up with, number one, they were all dying. Like I lost 4 of my real close friends to murders, 1 motorcycle accident when I was incarcerated, like my true friends. And when I came home, my friend's mother was like, you're next. I had a dream that you're gonna die next. And I was like, it really hit me because I was really close to him and his mother. And I was like, it even pushed me a little bit more to take this barbering serious. So I relocated to New Haven County in a halfway house, and I started building a lot of clients. But clients, I was fortunate to get clients that were like realtors and loan officers at banks because I knew how to use shears at the time, like scissors. And I was building these clientele. And rather than talking about the game, like the LeBron game, or like nowadays Diddy's a big topic, right? Like rather talking about bullshit in the barber shop, excuse my language, I would talk about like, how do I get my credit score up? How can I get a loan for my first property? I would speak to these clients about that, and they built me up. So like, I'm not self-made. Is my clients that sat in my chair that opened so many doors for me.
Yeah, we always say the barber is like a therapist for people, and it's a relationship that people have once a week,
Yeah.
an hour. They sit down, and yeah, like you said, it's a great networking opportunity.
100%. Like before the internet, there was the barber shop. So like people, yo, where do I get my windows tinted? Where can I, where can I do this? And we were networking for so many years without even knowing it, like back in the days, if you need to hear something, you would hear it in the barbershop,
Right.
especially in the hood where I was
fact.
cutting.
You guys are very unique people. Yeah. It's like the one person that you at some point in your life are going to trust more than yourself.
Yeah.
Like some people won't even touch their own hair
100%.
or their own beard because they are in fear that they're going to mess it up. They only will allow their barber to do that. Obviously you get these clients, but the most important thing is the trust, right? Because like that's what keeps us coming back.
100%.
How did you build that up?
I don't even think it's like, I think a lot of barbers, unfortunately, in 2025 are lacking customer service. They're doing it for the money. I never did this for the money. I did this for the passion. And like, I got to know these people that became my friends. Like one guy was Joe the plumber. Another guy was Frank the electrician. And I will put them on my phone underneath that because I know one day I'm gonna need a plumber. One day I'm gonna need an electrician if I want to open my own business. So I built bonds, and I will support their business just like they support mine. My plumber has been my plumber for 22 years now. I just bought 3 Airbnbs, and as we speak, he is doing a plumbing cap off on all 3 of my properties to winterize them, like right now while we're in this podcast. So these are I support those that support me. I'm at 4 generations, father, grandfather, great grandson, like grandfather, 4 generations, because I've been open 21 years now, and people are having kids young. So, to me, it's like, it's all about the community.